Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Gabriel says, first time joining one of these. What are these usually like? Disappointing. That's what they're usually like. No, we just have a casual hangout, and I answer your questions as they come in. I don't know. Don't really have a big plan, but I guess there's some news I want to cover first. Got a new Solar guitar, which is pretty great. Yeah, I just wanted to make a video about this, but I suck at guitar, so I didn't want to like show off my skills on a new guitar. But I have been practicing. So let's talk about Reaper says, let's talk about that guitar. So I don't even know the model number of it. They've got those weird codes for guitars. It's heavy as hell. It's like the heaviest guitar I've ever had. And I don't mean the sound, I mean like the weight of it. It's a Solar GC1.6 TAW. Active pickups. It's like a Les Paul style, but a little more curvy, I'd say. It's got this reverse headstock, which takes a really long time to get used to tuning. It has locking tuners, which is pretty cool. Never experienced locking tuners before. Totally didn't understand how they worked. But yeah, it's pretty cool actually. If anyone doesn't know about locking tuners, I'll put this up close to the camera. Hopefully it'll focus. No. I have to cover my face. Oh, come on. Well, anyways, there's these knobs on the back. The main thing about them, I thought that they lock the tuning. They keep it, the string from like slipping or anything like that. But actually it's to speed up stringing the guitar. So you only need like a very short amount of string on the tuning peg, because this thing has like this pin that like screws into the actual string, clamps it down. So once I figured that out, like I thought that you tighten it and then the tuning won't go up or down. Like you can't accidentally bump the tuning or anything like that. It's actually just for stringing the guitar quickly. So my first set of strings on it got screwed up because of that, I think. I've never tried an Evertune bridge. Yeah, I was thinking maybe I should spend a bit more and get that, but like, I don't know. I heard it's got a learning curve to learning that, and you can't bend without making a modification or something like that. But yeah, I mean, I barely play guitar. I feel like that's something to grow into, for sure. Good to hear, Gabriel. What were we doing? So okay, so that's new. I also got a new light, but you probably can't even tell because you never can tell. What else? Last time we did a stream, was it after Christmas or before? I don't remember. I did a video on my guitar gear, my pedal board and stuff, and I was using Amplitube 4 at the time, and then Amplitube 5 came out right after. And that got an update since that stream. It fixed a bunch of the bugs, but I'm still experiencing one bug. There's this... hang on. Look at this pedal, the Beat Bars USB expression pedal. When I use that with Amplitube and try to assign a wah pedal or anything to that pedal, as soon as I do that, the sound just locks. Like, it doesn't freeze, but like the controls in the plugin don't do anything anymore. So you could remove the pedal, you can remove the amp, and it will still sound exactly the same as the moment that you assign that that controller. And so you go and restart the plugin and Reaper crashes. So if they're watching, that's my official bug report. I can't be bothered to fill out your form to get that fixed. What model focal monitors? That's the CMS 50. I have a pair of those, and I have a Yamaha sub. The HS 100, I think it is. Something like that. What else? I got some new contact instruments that were like giveaways at Christmas time. So let's move into that. So these were free, but they run in Contact 5 or later. This is slow because I have got networked drives connected. If you asked a question and I missed it, just go ahead and ask it again. Wow, this is just not loading at all. Cool. Mark says, I'm so way behind with stuff, been so busy. Yeah, things are trying to take a break for Christmas time and stuff, but then the longer I spend off, the worse I feel. And like, you know, you're supposed to take breaks to prevent burnout, and after a break I was just feeling terrible. So I just gotta like rip the band-aid off and you know, just start. So this is from a company called Karanyi, called Vapor Keys. So this is synthwave piano type stuff. So it's ambient electric piano with some vibrato on it. So there's a whole bunch of different patches here. I'm not really a fan of the way that these libraries are laid out sometimes. Let me zoom in and arrange this so you can see. That's better. Damn it, I forgot to hit record again. I did this last time. I didn't record for the first 10 minutes. Not even have an intro. Oh well. Pretty cool. Seems to be a lot of different sort of variations of a similar patch. It's weird that they put them into different separate patches. I don't really get the benefit of that, rather than having one, like let's say the Analog Dreams, where it's one patch and then there's a bunch of different presets within it. I think I need my speakers a bit louder. Gabriel says, is it synthwave you're into producing mostly? That tends to be what comes out, but I have a lot of different influences. So I think when I first got into music, it was kind of like metalcore, I guess, like Killswitch Engage, and before that, Marilyn Manson and System of a Down. And then I was into industrial music, gothic music, moved into black metal and stuff. But yeah, like synthwave stuff, the cyberpunk style stuff, I enjoy. But when I pick up a guitar, it's either like metal or it's like shoegaze, post rock sort of stuff. I enjoy like anything from Mastodon to, I don't know, Explosions in the Sky, and yeah, I mean, there's just so many different things that I listen to, and it's all just like a mess in my head trying to get a musical idea out because there's just pulling in all different directions. Yeah, I have the Kurt Ballou drums. I did a review of that back when it came out, I guess. I think I have all of the room sound libraries. Okay, so Little God of Mischief says, hi John, moving Reaper projects to another computer today, ran into pathway problems when trying to record new tracks. Is there a way to transfer without hassle? So it could be that in your project settings under media, maybe you have a full path here instead of just a folder named audio files. Hopefully you can see this clearly. But yeah, if this is blank, that should work. If you have a folder, if it just has audio files, that should work. If this is pointing to a specific folder on a different computer, that's not going to work. The other thing, possibly, if you did a config change, like if you imported a config from another computer, sometimes this gets messed up. So like path to save new projects, default recording path, these things could point to a different computer. You see that a lot. But yeah, but other than that, it should just record into wherever your project is saved. Oh, James, good to know that you got that horizontal input meter. Hopefully that works out for you. Let me know maybe in a couple of days if that has solved the problem. Let's see. Spitfire's been giving away so much stuff. I gotta like ignore all that stuff because this all my time would be spent on just trying out contact patches and Spitfire lab stuff. I just gotta like say no. I'm not gonna look at that. There's too much. And then on top of all the free stuff, they've got those big sound libraries that I know that I'll never get time to learn properly. There'll be 3 updates to it, and it'll be outdated before I even get a chance to play with it or use it on a real project. Mike was asking opinion on stereo versus mono room mics. Why not both? I like to have a room mic that's a couple feet in front of the kick drum, sort of like the same height as like, there's like a certain height above the edge of the kick drum pointed at the snare drum where you can kind of get a good balance of both of them from a few feet away. So you can use like a large diaphragm condenser there. So a mono mic works there, but you can have stereo mics further away, ribbon mics if you have them. or condensers facing away from the drums at like corners or something like that. But yeah, wide spaced pairs I think are the way to go. I have to wonder how much of these are actually different things inside of here. I can't tell if these are different samples or it's the exact same samples every time. A couple more patches in here. I don't have any experience with the Fishman pickups, especially the MIDI pickups. Playing electro live, yeah, it sounds cool. And effect pedals to improve the sound of the bass mixed in with the synth. Sounds like a great idea. Interesting sounds from these. I don't know how much I'm going to actually use them, but it was free. Oh wait, I thought there was only a couple more. There's a lot more. And then there's a whole folder of electric pianos as well. I guess these ones don't have the reverb. That's almost like a bass. Okay, so that's one of the things I got for free. The other one is from Sonic Cinema, Strings Textures. Clean, dark and dirty, energetic, filter sweep, growing, rising, spaces, torn, warble, and X-ray. Let's start with clean. Let's play like octaves or something. It's a detune control. a couple different expression levels. You can do really slow pads. Booth Junkie says, anyone using Portable Reaper? I've been thinking about putting Portable Reaper into a Dropbox folder to sync among a couple Macs. Not sure if it's a good idea or not. Yeah, you can. There's still some things that you can't really sync, like what is it? What's the button? I forgot the button. Like the paths to save new projects, the peak caches. Unless all the usernames are the same, or I guess you can, I'm not sure if you can use a relative path here. But if you have like a temp folder set up on every computer, then it shouldn't really be an issue. I haven't been syncing my settings on this PC, but I probably should. Yeah, this on Mac, I don't feel that there's a huge benefit of using the portable version unless you have like a work version and like a play version, or like you need totally different keyboard shortcuts and things like that. On Windows, it's like you've got your program files folder where you have Reaper, and then this is the easy to find folder where you're not allowed to touch anything. This is Reaper's install folder, but once you run it the first time, then it puts a bunch of stuff into this other folder, which is in the users app data roaming Reaper. And then this is all the config files. So this is the one you actually need to back up. But on a Mac, you would have this folder plus the actual app file inside of the applications folder. In the portable version on Mac, you just have an empty reaper.ini file, this one, and you put the app into the same folder, and then first launch, it just rebuilds the rest of the installation in the same folder. It's, I don't know. I guess the benefit is that it's all in one folder, but I feel like you just need this folder. The actual app doesn't need to be portable on Mac. That's my thoughts on it. Eric, if you just got here, just kind of catching up. Wanted to just kind of share what I've been up to and, interact with you guys. And right now going through some contact instruments that I got around Christmas time that I haven't had time to look at until now. I'm forcing myself by doing a stream to spend some time looking at these, listening to them. So these are obviously looped. It already sounds looped just in this part of it. Interesting. So they took a recording, they looped it, and then they put it into Contact and looped a section of that loop. This one has an incredibly slow envelope. It's pretty cool though. Christian, I haven't really worried about the file format or the disk format very much. Going from Mac to Windows, I'm just this screen. I just have network drives for my Mac, and those are HFS plus format, I think, or whatever the default Mac format is. And I can read them just fine. They're a bit slow over the network, but I didn't need any extra software or anything. And so FAT32 has, I don't know, I used that in 2006 when I had to physically move drives between Mac and PC. And it was always a pain because you would run into files that were larger than 2 gigabytes. And then, yeah, your project wouldn't save and things like that. But I mean, I guess it's still an issue, but I think the more recent hard drive formats are better. Okay, so this library is from, let's see if there's the info page. No. It's called String Textures. Let me find link to this. I don't know if it's still available. You may have missed it. Okay, link in the chat. So this requires full version of Contact, at least version 5.8. I have Contact 5, so it's all good for me, but if you own Contact 4, you can't use this. If you only have the free version of Contact 6, you can't use this. Very cool library. Trying to find that key switch. There we go. Pretty cool. This is the product page for this. I don't know if this is just a limited time offer, but I think it is. Anyways, I found out about it around Christmas time. I would definitely recommend this one. Yeah, I gotta set up banks and stuff. Really should. For now, I'm just putting all of those into my quick add. Okay, how long have we been going for? I don't even know where to find that. I don't see it. Oh, 41 minutes. There it is. Okay. What should we do next? I think those are the two instruments that I added recently. I've been playing guitar mostly through Helix the last few days. Instead of Amplitube 5. I don't really even know why, but just figured I'd give it a shot, and I found a few presets that I like. There's so many bad presets in Helix, it's kind of ridiculous. I don't understand how they're useful. And the volume levels are so inconsistent, it's not helpful at all. I got a list of stuff that I'm supposed to be reviewing, but I haven't. Let's see. What's new? Have you guys seen the Satala update? Satala is a virtual instrument. It's a like drum sampler. I covered it when it first came out. It just got updated. And there's this cool thing that it like is kind of Reaper aware. So if you do multi-channel output, it will like, it just works with Reaper really well. So there's already an update since. Okay, I'll have to come back to that. So you go to this button. Let's zoom in. This button, audio output, 16 channels, 1 sample per pad. So it's automatically already multi-channel output. And what's the other thing? I think if you remove, there was some other trick to it. Oh, I think if you load it without choosing this option, if you choose no, and then you go audio output, 16 channels. No. There was some trick I was supposed to show everyone. I totally forgot it. Oh, well. There's some trick like it automatically adds tracks. Oh, well. It's been a couple weeks since I looked at this. And yeah. Forget you saw anything, because that didn't work. What else is interesting? Oops. Nope. Keep going to the wrong page. Tal Software has a new plugin. The J8. It's like the Jupiter 8 synth. I love his Juno 6 or 60 synth. I can't remember which one it is. So this is pretty interesting. But even with a discount, it's like $90. So it's not like an instant buy sort of thing. But I think they do have a demo here to try out. So if you're looking for something and you don't want to buy it from Arturia, this looks like a pretty good option. Looks pretty well thought out as well. It's just something that like is in my mind, but not something I'm ready to buy and test. Do you need Rescript for that? No. Everyone seems to love the Stompbox Helix. Yeah, I think they do. I haven't tried that one. I just have the software version of Helix. I tried Satala, but I'm so used to using Battery 4 that I gave up on trying other sample-based sampling engines. Yeah, if you got Battery, that's probably the better option. But for something that's free, I think it does a really good job of doing like one specific thing very well. And I think the way that the EQ works on it is really interesting as well. So it basically tailors the EQ based on the sounds of the sampler or sounds of the sample that you import. So if you import a kick and a snare, your EQ sweeps are going to be different based on the content. And I don't think anyone's done that before. But Yuhi Diva instead. It's also a great synth. Any other questions while I look for something to do? Oh, there was the speaking of Arturia, there was that synth, or not synth, the Juno chorus. Everyone get this one? Let's see if that's still available. No, it's gone. It's that you missed out on that one, but it's a pretty cool chorus. What do I have? Let's just put on like just put on Resynth, and I'll move that plugin to there. Everyone can see that. Okay. Let's do all right. Dry. Wet. So what I like about this is that it's got the 3 classic Juno modes, and then it has a manual mode where you can adjust rate, depth, phase. You can tempo sync the rate, and then you can mix that in. You can do mono in or not. It's interesting to see how much it filters the sound when it's 100% wet. It's a lot darker than you'd expect. So this has like a built-in EQ curve based on the Juno hardware. It's pretty cool. Baby Audio also gave away Magic Switch for free, a mode from their VHS plugin. I totally missed that one. Let's look. It's called Magic Switch. Here's the website, guys. They've got Baby Come Back, which is a free delay plugin, and Magic Switch. Cool. Somehow I missed that they have these, and I use Baby Audio plugins. I've got the Parallel Aggressor. Cool. Thanks for the heads up on that. I didn't know about that one. You watch my channel every day? I don't even post every day. What are you doing? You just got into video editing and you're going to get my video production tools. I highly recommend that. I think that's the best and only pack of presets for the video processor. No, I put in all of my my best tips on video editing in that course. I know Booth Junkie is taking that, and probably some of the other people in the chat right now have the video tools course. Yeah, I do have a lot of old videos. So yeah, this is a pretty cool free chorus. Hopefully the tips in the course are also equally useful. I think they're both important. And that's why I didn't just release a preset pack, because I think showing examples and explaining how they work and what they're doing and where you can use them is just as important. What was I doing? I was going to put in the arpeggiator. A free filter they like for filter sweeps and such. Audio thing. Do I even have them installed on this computer? Huh. I never installed on this computer. They've got a free filter. I'll show you. I even did a video on it. And actually, they have a granular reverb for. Can you see that? I can't tell. Oh, right there. Audio Thing has this granular reverb for $9 right now. If you're looking for some sort of special effect reverb, but they do have a filter called Filter Jam. And it's a multi-band resonant filter. It's a really weird sounding filter. It can do kind of like the traditional sounds, but also like ring mod sort of effects. And this is free. It's worth a look. I don't use it a lot. I probably haven't used it since switching to PC because I forgot to install it. But I did use it occasionally in songs. There's also a lot of filters inside of Reaper in the JS folder. So like just searching for folder or filter, I've got like, I don't know, 30 of them. Do something like MS-20 emulator. Doesn't look fancy, but yeah. I don't know. There are a lot of them here, but again, not fancy UIs. One that I use a fair amount, or I've been kind of getting into it, is Filter Freak, from Sound Toys. Got a helicopter coming in, so it might get loud here. But it'll only be for a minute or so. Yeah, tell filter too. So, Filter Freak, on the surface, it looks pretty simple, but then you can open up the tweak menu, and then there's even more stuff. And so this mode right here is envelope following. So the filter, how open it is, depends on the dynamics. You could also do ADSR. Again, it's going to be triggered by the note coming in, but there's LFO. And you can change the shape of the everything. You can even draw your own curve for the LFO. You can change the analog kind of character of it as well. Yeah, so I think Filter Freak is worth checking out if you're looking for something that does a little bit more than just filter. But I mean, honestly, what I'm most likely to use is re-EQ. Most days, if I want to filter something, it's just so quick, you know. Even if you want to apply an LFO to it or something, it's pretty simple. If I want to double it up, just do this. Make sure it's the right mode. Low pass. Now it's steeper, and we can parameter modulate it, all that kind of stuff. It's like, it tends to be what I use just because it's so straightforward most of the time. Yeah, I mean, there's so many options. There's no plugins that are really bad anymore. There were some bad plugins in 2006, but I think these days it's nothing really bad. What else is new here? I feel like I got a bunch of new plugins and stuff that I haven't really looked at. I had some like distortion pedal thing, and I forgot what it's called. I definitely installed it. I don't even know what it was called. I have to look it up here. I just found this in my search history, and I don't remember trying it. I'll probably end up downloading that. But what I was looking for was some other plugin from an unknown company. I don't remember when I downloaded it or anything. Do I have an Instagram? I do, but I'm not on Instagram. Like, I don't go on Instagram for like the past year, but it would be The Audio Geek. Is that it? Yeah. I haven't been on in 138 weeks, so don't expect new posts there. It was an overdrive pedal. I might have to actually look in my plugins folder to find it. It had a weird name. OJD? Yeah. This one. Yeah, it was fine. It's like a model of the OCD. But let's see if I can find the website for that. OJD. OJD by Schrammel. Yeah, so this is also free. I think you just need to put an email, something like that. I don't know. If you're looking for something other than a Tube Screamer, then worth a look. I played with it one day and then didn't play with it again. Amplitube 5 came out and stuff. This other one, the Doctor Drive, is based on the Horizon Drive, which is the, what do you call it? Or Horizon Devices something. I forget, but it's like the Misha Mansour distortion pedal, overdrive pedal. Would an Intel NUC i5 be fast enough to handle Reaper for automation as a server build? Probably. You can run Reaper on not a lot of computer. Like, you don't need anything really powerful to get started with it, but I haven't tested it. At one point I was going to buy one instead of a Mac Mini, and then I ended up getting like a full-size PC instead. But And they can be pretty powerful. Honestly, I would get the new Mac Mini if I was buying anything right now. The M1 based Mac Minis. You tried Raspberry Pi? Yeah. I haven't, but part of work's okay. This is such a rabbit hole to go down, I think. Like, in addition to learning Reaper and making videos on it and stuff like that, learning Raspberry Pi just to make a video is like, I don't have the energy to do that. That's too far. Make a video about immersive audio. I don't have any experience with it, so I probably can't. Who would you say might have the best video showing how to do Reaper on the Raspberry Pi? I haven't really looked at it at all, so I don't know. Hey, Aaron. Good to have you here. I think we were working on this song in the last stream. No, the last stream was Amplitube. The one before that. I don't remember if I've done anything to this project since then. Aaron, we need to talk about a MIDI controller for me, or an automation controller. Something that's like shaped to my left hand. I need like a left-handed ergonomic mouse or something that's weighted or physically attached to the desk. And that has like multiple mouse wheels or something. Yeah, like 14-bit MIDI would be good. I don't know. I like the idea of like the knob controller, but I think ergonomically it's almost backwards. This thing is like backwards. I don't want to like, I don't know. I want it to like hold my, like, it should hold my arm up and then I reach over it. I don't know. And then like instead of switches, have buttons. I don't know. Unfortunately, I can't approve these, the links you're posting for some reason. It's just giving me an error. I'll just repost it. All right, guys, is this done? I think there's probably one point in there where it was kind of a lull, but I didn't feel like I had to go and change anything right away with that. I think last time I was in this project, I was automating more things. Did I? I thought I had automation in this. I'm sure there was. Maybe I haven't automated anything yet. Question about custom icons. It's in the cursors folder. Cursors folder. You can modify any of these or add in your own. They have to be the specific name to work though. I think anything in here overrides what's in the theme, but I'm not completely sure. Maybe things need to come down slightly here. Very subtly. And I might even just be lazy and try a small automation. Oh, I changed my mouse modifiers. I'm using the beta. Oh. There we go. Sure. Oh, I'm gonna have to change my mouse modifiers back because I can't do this. Oh, finally it shows me all my automation. I pressed the button repeatedly and it didn't show it. Grid lines on. I gotta fix my mouse modifiers because this is can't do it. Okay. What program can you use to make those icons? I don't know. They're probably, I think they're just normal, like BMP or PNG files of a certain size, and you just change the extension. So on Windows, I only have like Krita, but Krita could probably load it. Could not open. I don't know. I guess not. I thought it could. Probably White Tie's theme editing guide has a mention of this. He probably uses Photoshop. Oh, and also you should probably first check the Reaper stash. There might be cursors here. Maybe you can modify this to be, I don't know. But I would look here. There's probably some already made here. Have I ever used or ever heard of or used the VST for free website? Yeah, I think so. I usually go to KVR Audio when I'm looking for something. And I go to the plugins page and then search. I also use their RSS feed to keep up with what's like new releases and stuff. Or at anytime something gets updated, it goes into the news feed and I know about it. And you can always like search for by free. So that's what I use. It's reliable. There's user ratings and stuff like that, but VST for free. Yeah. It's a legit site. It's not cracked software. It looks like a cracked software website, but it's all free to use stuff. I think I just need this to go down there. I've never used Dex. I don't really like FM synths that much. A lot of people like it. auto gear. Yeah, I'm using the Stream Deck for this. Let's see if my other camera's still working. No. Camera died. Come on, just when I need you. I gotta plug my phone in because it's just about to die. Decided to turn this down slightly. Okay, Rick's question, how can I quickly map an arbitrary knob on VST to an arbitrary knob on my MIDI controller? So it's going to depend on what hardware you have. I have AutoMap with my Novation Nocturne, which I wouldn't recommend buying anymore because they discontinued it. They stopped supporting it. So I have a knob already assigned to last touched parameter. So let's grab, I don't have any plugins on here, so I'll put in an EQ here. So let's show the tabs and let's just touch the frequency, and I grab the knob on the hardware, like hand off the mouse. I'm controlling that from my MIDI controller. So that's one way, and it's just like whatever last touched you're using, that's what it controls. So I'll show you how to set that up. Where's the action list? There's the action list. Find shortcut. I'm going to move the knob. So that's called adjust last touched effects parameter MIDI CC/OSC only. And so I've just assigned that to a couple different controllers, different MIDI channels. So it's always available. I'll show you here. I use the mode relative 3, which is the starting point is at 65 and then it subtracts plus or minus. But there's a bunch of different MIDI modes. And then in the actual hardware setup, I've got this on the range of increment decrement. So like if you have an Arturia keyboard, it's going to be completely different because the knobs are set up differently. If you don't have endless encoders, it's going to be different. If you don't have endless encoders, you have to use absolute mode, and you probably want to use soft takeover, where the knob the parameter won't move until the knob matches the same value. So let's again take this frequency knob and we'll go to MIDI learn. And so if I grab a control and touch it, let's move this over so you can see it. Yeah, it's now assigned. And so I've got this on relative 3 probably. And so when this is assigned, I can just do that. And there's also some pretty important settings here. Enable only when track or item is selected, enable only when effect configuration is focused, only when it's visible. So if I have it on when it's visible, this, right, it's this track. I think it was this knob. So when it's visible, that will move. So let's put it at 2222. I'll close this, and close that, and I'll move it. And it could be anywhere, but I don't know. It's supposed to only move when it's focused, but maybe it didn't. Oh, I forgot to hit OK. There you go. Only when visible. I'll close that. So I turned it a bunch of times. I look at it, and it still moved. It's supposed to only be when it's focused, but I don't know. Actually, maybe that's a bug. Good thing I recorded that. But when I hit only when visible and hit OK, and then go back to that and learn, it's not enabled. Maybe I have to remove it first. Anyways, that's those are two ways that I use fairly often. But it's some of it's going to depend on the hardware you use. Whether that's an easy thing to do or not. There's another question. Is Omnisphere worth it to spend €500? Probably not. I've gotten by without Omnisphere, but I don't know. Yeah, like as Ben was saying, the quality of gear you can get these days, or quality of free plugin, is pretty insane. There's some other question there. Oh, what compressor do I use for sidechain? Let's see what I used in this project. This is one of my most recent ones. Most of my sidechain sort of pumping stuff comes from the Duck plugin. So this is on the kicks. And actually, this is just because I'm using a single sample, this just gives me a dynamic variation. So you wouldn't normally use a sidechain plugin for that. This one actually is triggered just by the BPM. So probably not a good example. Let's go over to the synths. So this whole synths folder has a Duck plugin on it. And this is triggered by sidechain. So coming from the kicks. Yeah. Not sure if I'm using any like traditional side chaining in this at all. No, I'm not. No, most of the ducking is this Duck plugin. And I've been doing that a lot since I got that plugin. I'm using the PSA on this distorted synth. I'm using this in parallel. Back to questions. The way to pin certain sends and send lists to the top. I have a session set up with buses to the right and would like this. In the mixer, there is the option of no. you got to go to the master track, I think it is. There's an option to group sends with before and after effects inserts. That's the closest thing there is. If I make a lot of custom actions and toolbar icons, how can I transport those to other computers? There's some sort of file we need to transport. No, just kind of basic zip file or anything like that will work. It needs to be just in the Reaper folder. So copy it from one and put it into the same folder on the other computer. It's pretty simple. So like theme stuff is often, if you have an unpacked theme, you can just drop it inside there and it will replace anything. But there's also the cursors folder. There's the, was it in data? I think there was something. Toolbar icons and track icons. Those are just image files. Okay, what are we at for time? We're at an hour and a half. There's a plugin called Big Kicks Dippa. I haven't heard of that one. Oh, from 2014. Cool. Yeah, I'd never heard of this one. The one that people usually compare to is oh, here's another free filter. I don't remember who was asking about a free filter, but yeah, check this one out. The other one is a LFO tool, I think. This one can do similar things, and then there's the Cable Guys. The volume shaper and stuff. Shaper box. Yeah, I don't really understand all this stuff. There's so many different plugins here now. And they range from like $74 to $34. This drive shaper was free recently, or is free. I don't know. So many plugins. So little time. So I guess what this is lacking is like some motion between the different instruments and things to draw the attention to other things. But yeah, I think that's enough for today. So guys, we are done. Thank you guys so much for watching, hanging out with me for an hour and a half. That's awesome. If anyone, let me know if you were here from the beginning, because that's awesome. Really, thank you so much for just, having me be part of your day. watching all the videos and any support you can give me. It's amazing. Okay. Thanks to my patrons. These guys help keep the ship running. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.